Hello, welcome back to the channel. My name is Orlando. This is your first time coming to my channel. Thank you for clicking on the video, and let's just jump right into it. So I'm always about trying to streamline the process of understanding how to get to point A to point B when it comes to business. Mark Cuban has these 7 rules of success that I think are fantastic. What it allows you to do is these rules are easy to follow, easy to understand, and I also believe that they take the luck out of knowing if you're going to be successful or how to be successful. A lot of times entrepreneurs or small business owners, they believe that only the lucky will get chosen when it comes to starting a business. That's just not true. I think there's a lot of things that go into it, and if you have a plan, which I'm about to give you these 7 rules that Mark Cuban has come up with, that if you follow these rules, you will be on your way. So let's just start with rule number 1. Rule number 1 is the perfect time is now. I don't know how many times I have to say this, and I understand because trust me, I was in the same predicament as far as not wanting to jump into the business right now. Every time you or someone else who wants to start a business, you always push it off, push it off, push it off. Say, you know what? Once I get things together, once I get my credit together, once I get my research together, once I get XYZ together, then I'm going to go ahead and start my business. I just need this extra time. And then we know how that goes into, right? It goes from 1 year, 2 years to 5 years. And then you look back and you think to yourself, wow, what could I have done in 5 years if I just would have started back then? And the reason why that is because everybody has a natural fear of starting. I mean, that's just what it is. Once you start one business and you go to the next one, the fear isn't necessarily there as much because you've already done it. I'm in that predicament. When I started YouTube, I thought to myself, I don't know if I really want to do this because XYZ, you don't know how people are going to take you. You don't know if your content's going to be good. So you have an initial fear of doing it, but trust me starting my initial business first was a lot harder than doing YouTube. A lot harder. So what I tell individuals is there is no time better than now. So Mark is right about that. Starting right now is the best time. The perfect time is now. Don't waste all of the time looking back and regretting that you didn't start because XYZ. Remember, you can always do this part-time. You can always do this as a hobby, your business. But whatever way that makes you feel comfortable, you need to start now. Okay, so rule number 2 is put the necessary passion in what you do. Now, what Mark says about this, given this rule, is very important, guys. And I believe in this too. Is when you start a new business or a new venture, no matter what it is, you have to be passionate about it. And what's the reason why you need to be passionate about it? Because if you're not passionate about it, then the person that you're trying to introduce or trying to sell or you trying to do whatever, it's not going to transmit to them. It is infectious when you have a passion about something and other people can see that you genuinely care about what you're doing. People will buy from you. Your sales become a lot easier. People will join you in the journey because they can see that you're passionate about it. I will use myself for an example. I'm doing this YouTube channel and I am very passionate about finance. I am very passionate about investing, no matter if it's stocks or real estate. I am passionate about it. I would be talking about this stuff no matter if I was doing it on camera or if I was talking to someone at Deerberg's or at the grocery store. Like, I love this stuff. And if I can find someone who will listen and listen to me talk about this stuff, I will do it regardless. I will do the activities that are involved with investing and finance on a daily basis. And when you have that type of passion when it comes to your business, or when you have that type of passion when it comes to whatever you do, it can be a hobby as far as a sport or whatever it is, it will shine through to others that you are extremely passionate about it, which will make your life a lot easier. And this is another thing that will allow you to go through the tough times when things aren't going the way that you want them to go. though, when you're passionate about it, it will take you over the hump of the bad times, where most people who are not passionate about it will quit. And that is an extremely important part of this process, because it is guaranteed you will have a hard time in your business or whenever you start anything. Okay, so the third rule is to learn from history. Now, if you're starting a business or you're an entrepreneur, you know how important this is when it comes to success. You need to be able to do all of the research and to figure out if individuals what other entrepreneurs have tried the exact thing that you're trying. What similarities do they have with your business that you're trying to do? What mistakes are common through others that have tried the exact thing that you had? And a lot of times, like Mark says, is that people tend to look just on the first page of Google, only do surface or what I would call light work research and not really dive deep, because we also know that there are like hundreds of years worth of research when it comes to a certain business. Obviously, things have changed in this digital age, but also the strength of that is that things have changed in the digital age, meaning things are a lot more accessible to you. So you should be looking at mistakes that entrepreneurs have made. When you look at, for instance, I'm just going to use YouTube again, right? So when I look at YouTube, I'm going to look at it and say, okay, well, what things have had high success when it comes to topics? Am I going to do topics that have crumbled and failed? And if I do those topics, why did those topics not do so well with XYZ group? Why is that? Can I throw something on there extra, do something more unique that would make that topic more exciting? Can I add valuable information to that topic that will make it more exciting to others? You have to look at those things, but it also works when it comes to the successes. You look at it and you go, okay, this keyword is extremely popular. Why is this keyword extremely high? Why is this subject matter extremely popular? You throw that onto a business. I'm going to sell ice cream. Why is this flavor selling really well? I'm going to make cupcakes. Why is red velvet cupcakes the hot flavor of the year? You need to look at all of those things. Is it oversaturated? I mean, I can just continue to go on and on and on, but how much research is there out on that? How many associations or groups are cupcake and ice cream groups, YouTube groups, all those business ventures? You can find a community where people have tried the same exact thing that you're trying. And trust me, you're not the only one. And you can go through the list and figure out what works, what doesn't work. And like Mark says, when it comes to describing his rules, those who don't research history are destined to repeat it. If you don't know the mistakes that were made in history, I promise you, you will repeat it and you will waste time. And why waste time when you have all this access to what actually works and doesn't work? Number 4 is know the business. And this is important, guys. Most of the time, individuals believe that, wow, the reason why I can't start a business or the reason why my business isn't going to do well is because I don't have capital. I don't have capital. But let me share a secret with you guys. The reason why businesses fail isn't because of someone not having enough money. It's because they don't know their business. Most of the time, people will either know what they're supposed to do and not do it, or not do enough research to know what to do in that business. And we're not talking about copycatting or, trying to figure out an edge when it comes to the business. You have to know your business in and out. When I first started my business, I didn't have any money. Zero. I was broke. I didn't have anything. But what I did have was I had time, and I had the ability to research and know the products that I was selling, which is money, better than anyone. You could come to me and I can give you a rundown of the best products for you based off of your current situation. And that's because I scoured, guys, the marketplace to find the best products. I was always on the prowl of knowing the products in and out. And that's what you have to do when it comes to whatever your business is. I was willing to put in the time. I was willing to put in the overtime. I was willing to do that. And I'm doing the same thing with YouTube. People think that, oh, you are getting fast growth because, because you're just lucky or whatever, right? No, that's not the case. It's because I put so much time into YouTube, man. I really do. I research it in and out. In and out, trying to figure out this algorithm, trying to figure out what people like, what people don't like, thumbnails, titles, descriptions. I could just go on. And I do that with my regular business. And I do the same thing with YouTube. I just continue it. And once you can understand and know your business, when you start another business, no matter if it's an extension of your old business or a totally new venture, you will still have that same attitude of trying to outwork your competition, trying to out-research, knowing your business in and out, not so much worried about the capital, because let me tell you what, guys, once you know your product in and out, the capital will be so easy for you to get, it will blow your mind. You won't have to worry about the capital portion if you know your business in and out. Just think of this. You go on to Shark Tank and you impress people with the fact that you know the business in and out, you know the industry in and out, you know your numbers like the back of your hand, you know how much it costs for customer acquisition, you know how much your competitors pay for their customers acquisition, you know everything about it. You're not telling me that someone like a Mark Cuban isn't going to be impressed? They are. They're going to be impressed. So once again, know your business. So the fifth rule is be honest with yourself and take the lead. Now, this is great what Mark has to say about this is that, a lot of times entrepreneurs won't be honest with themselves. They'll lie to themselves, basically. They'll think that everybody's out to get them. They think that their product is the best thing since sliced bread. They won't take ownership of their failures, and they'll continue to blame others for something that they could, obviously take responsibility for. I'm going to give you an example of this is that instead of understanding your business, understanding your industry, and understanding that maybe you aren't the best person to quote unquote run the business. Like, let's just say you have a total of 100 employees, right? You think to yourself that I'm the best person to run my company. I'm the best CEO. But the fact of the matter is you're a good salesman. You're not very good at running the company. Maybe you need to hire a CEO, but maybe your ego won't allow you to say that, oh, I'm going to go out into the field and sell these products. But instead, you say, I'm the owner, I'm the founder, and I will run this company. I want to be the top dog in this company. And most entrepreneurs would never allow that to happen. They would say, oh man, I got to be the top man. I mean, this is my company. This is my company. But why not hire someone who's better suited to do the job than you? I say this all the time, guys. If you're not an expertise in the thing that you're doing, hire someone that is. This is extremely important. It will save you headaches. It will save you time. It will save you everything. I promise you it will. Make sure that you hire expertise if you're not good at it. And this same type of situation happens within business. If you're not good at it, put someone who is good at it. If you're not a good salesman, don't try to be a salesman and be the CEO. Hire salesmen, If you're not good at hiring people, why not hire a human resource person? Someone who's in HR that could take over, that is good at hiring people. Don't get on a power trip and believe that you can do everything and that it's your destiny to hire people and fire people. That sounds all great and good, but in reality, it doesn't work that way. Like I said, this is a good rule. Make sure you can be honest with yourself and take the lead on this. Rule number 6 is know your weaknesses and your strengths. And this is a big one because, everybody has their weaknesses and strengths. Pretty sure there's someone there that believes that they don't have any weaknesses, but everybody does. I know there's someone who's like, I don't have any weaknesses. I'm all strengths. but everybody has their weaknesses, right? So this is the thing, is that when you're starting a business, you have to know what you're good at and what you're not good at. That's really the biggest thing. You got to know when to quit. I mean, that's just what it is. At the end of the day, if I'm using myself for example, I know that I'm impatient. It's a strength and it's a weakness for me. The strength part of it is that I get stuff done. I want to do it now. I think to myself, why not get it done now instead of waiting for, later? Like, that makes no sense. I'm just a doer. I just like to get it done, and I'm impatient about even doing work. But I'm also impatient when it comes to the results, right? Because I feel like if I do the work now, and I put a lot of work into it, I should see the results. And it doesn't always work like that. And I have been shown that many, many, many of times that even though you put in the work right now, doesn't mean you'll see the results right now, So I understand that, and I know that's a weakness of mine. So in some instances, I decide to give the work to others and delegate it, because then I won't look at it the same way as if I did the work because of my impatience. So I understand that I want to get the work done now, and it's a strength, but the weakness of it will have me kind of looking for the results like right now. But if I give the work to like someone else, I'll understand, and it's a lot easier for, I guess, in a coping way, to understand that the results will come when they come. So it works out better for me. And so I would say the same thing for a business owner. A business owner, you have to know that, like I just said in the last rule, that if you're not very good at hiring individuals, you shouldn't do that. You should delegate that. If you're not very good at making promotional material, why do the promotional pieces yourself? If you're not a very creative person and the work isn't going to come out the way it is, but you're going to save some dollars, why do that? Why put all that extraness on you when you can hire someone and delegate it to someone who it is? Because your weakness is creativity, right? But your strength is creating products. Then create the products and then leave the creative part of the promotion to someone else. And so that's the reason why this rule is important. So let's go on to the next one. So rule number 7, which is the last one, is to be unique, guys. So when you're being unique, this rule here is pretty obvious, right? You have to be different. When it comes to being an entrepreneur, when it comes to starting your own business, it is very important to stand out, to bring something new to the marketplace. So for instance, if you're a cupcake designer and you're gonna just be making the same old flavors that everybody makes, is that really gonna pop and make your business boom? Probably not. But what if you had a different spin on a flavor? What if you gave bigger serving sizes for a cheaper price? What if you did, you had a different type of promotion when it came to family? Or maybe you had a different combination. Maybe you sell cupcakes and hamburgers. I don't know. But you have to bring something new to the marketplace and to the industry, to at least your local area, right? And you have to remember that. Like, being unique and bringing something of value to your customers is the most important thing. And you have to remember, being unique is different to every customer, or most customers, right? For my business, when customers come to me, they rarely know anything about financing, right? So when I come to them and I say, hey, this and this and this and this, these are the types of opportunities and programs you can get involved with, they really don't know. They just don't know. They have been told that these programs don't work and all this other stuff. It is my job to let them know of what works, what doesn't work, and that. So I'm unique to them when it comes to the service that I'm providing. So I would say that you need to come in, if you're a business owner and an entrepreneur, you have to be unique. You have to have something that the marketplace doesn't already have. And this also goes hand in hand with the research, knowing your business. You have to know what your local area, what those businesses are, and if you can be unique in that area. I don't mean you have to be unique when it comes to the entire country. I mean, you have to be unique to your local area. You have to be unique if you're going to have like a regional restaurant, a regional business, maybe in the whole state of Missouri. Maybe they don't have, like I just said, cupcakes and hamburgers, restaurants. I don't know. Whatever it is, you just have to be unique to your customer, your locale, your state, your situation. That is very important, guys. So once again, if you got value out of this content, please hit that subscribe button, notification, and like button. It really helps out my channel. I really appreciate the support, guys. We're getting closer here to the end of the year. It's been a great year. I mean, I know there's been all the coronavirus type stuff going on and blah, blah, blah. But, you know, I really do choose to look at the positive side rather than the negative side. And it's really been a fantastic year. So once again, guys, I'll see you on the next one. Thanks.